Okay, bro. Yeah, make I explain fair value gap for you. Just like this thing I draw. I tell you, say fair value gap consists of three candlestick. You know what in the candlestick bar? Three candlestick. Now the first candlestick, the second candlestick, and the third candlestick. Now, what completes the fair value gap is the third candlestick, not even the second candlestick. How the third candlestick determine the fair value gap? The third candlestick determine the fair value gap if the wick of this candlestick does not match with the first candlestick. If the wick of this first candlestick and this third candlestick mesh together, then this place is no more a fair value gap. Okay, just like this one now. See the wick of this candlestick and see the wick of this candlestick. You see the way they join. So because of these two wicks join now, you cannot call this a fair value gap any longer. So because of those two wicks join, we cannot call it a fair value gap again. Now if these two wicks did not join now, we can consider this to be a fair value gap. It's not just all about the wicks alone. The body, if this is the body, let's assume this is not a wick. Let's assume it's a body. This is not a wick, this one is a body. If the two body touch each other, it is no more a fair value gap. But because it did not touch each other, we now consider it as what? As fair value gap, which is this. Now look at this one and this one. I told you fair value gap consists of three candlesticks, so just be looking for three candlesticks. Look at this one. 1, 2, 3. Now this one, the wick, did it touch this one? No, the two wick did not touch each other. Let me show you. When I draw it, now look at it. This one and this one, you can see that the wick did not touch each other. So we consider this one as a what? As a fair value gap. Same thing as this one. This is the first candlestick. This is the second candlestick, and this is the third candlestick. Now the first candlestick and the third candlestick, the wick did not meet each other. Since the wick did not meet each other, we consider this place to be an inefficiency. What do I mean by efficiency? There is a gap, a void, a gap at this point, because this gap is too much, so the market wants to come and rebalance this gap. Now the question is, the market may not rebalance the gap fully. From here now, let me use this line. From this week low and this week high, now look at it. From this week low and this week high, that is the efficiency, that is your imbalance, that is your fair value gap. This middle, this open gap point here is your imbalance. So you can either enter from this week high, this third week, this is the high, this is the low of this first week. So from this third week, you can enter from here. Just place your entry from here. You know, you place your entry, maybe it's a sell. Now you feel like, okay, this is a sell position, just place your entry at this place, then set your stop loss to the nearest liquidity. Now set your stop loss to the nearest liquidity, maybe this liquidity or this one. You can set your stop loss to the nearest liquidity. Now my stop loss is at that nearest liquidity. Since you feel it's going to cool down, then you can set your take profits to another nearest liquidity, or to how far you wish the market can go. This is how we do the entry. This is how we do the entry. And the system wants to, oh, I mistakenly pressed space button, so it took me to Euro AUD. So let me change back the position. I think it's Nasdaq. Now, since you feel like, okay, this is going to be a sell trade, then you place your entry at this high week level. the third candlestick high, that's where you place your entry. Now you can easily see, okay, oh, no, there are so many imbalance. What if the market did not rebalance this? What are you going to do? What you are going to do is, then you calm down and wait. If the market is going to reach 50% level of this place to this place, what is your 50% level? You draw out in your rectangle, in this your rectangle box. Let me remove this one. In this your rectangle box here that you have, you draw out the fair value gap. So I mostly use my rectangle. Then you shift it. You shift your fair value gap. Now let me remove this blue line. This blue line. I'm also going to remove. Okay, I'm also going to remove this yellow line. Since you know it's the second candlestick, I'm removing that. Now I use my rectangle to draw out my fair value gap. Now the eye of my rectangle is at this weak level, which is number 1 week. It's at the number 1 week level. The low here, this number 1 low, I draw my rectangle from there, then cross it across the number 1 eye and number 3 eye. So the number 1 low and the number 3 eye, I measure my rectangle fill those position from this weak level here to this weak level here. Then I extend it to the front, following that line, following this weak line, and following this one weak line. So I extend it to the front. Now in your rectangle, this thing, you place your settings. You go to your settings under this rectangular box that I draw. You go to your settings. What are you doing in this setting? This setting, you want to set a middle line. This middle line, you want to set a middle line there. You just my own is already tick. If you want to do your own, you say it's not tick, so you have to tick it and remove background. Leave background. I mean, sorry, leave background. Then your border, I can increase or reduce your border, but this one is okay. Let me put this one is okay. Now you can just click OK. So if you look at it now, from that place to this place, now this midpoint you are seeing here, this midpoint is the middle point of this fair value gap from here, from this weak low and this weak high. This is the middle point here, the two gap between this gap and this gap. This is the middle point. Now you want the market to respect this middle point. You don't want the market to break this middle point. If you break the middle point, you just have to calm down. Sometimes it can have a rejection to the downside, leaving us a weak at the upside. Just like this one, it went down and it went back up, leaving a weak. It does not really matter. So at this point now, where am I taking my entry? Once I know that this market is going to go down, I have the feeling that it's going to go down, I'll just place my entry at this level here. I'll bring out my entry, place it at this level here, this rectangular, this number 3i weak. That is where I'll be placing my entry. Just put it there, then set my stop loss at any position, that my stop loss can be. Set my stop loss to that level. My weak is at that level. Now let's see if this market go down on that fair value gap. Let's see if it go down. Let's see if it go down. Now the market actually went down, but did it go far? No, it did not go far. You can see where the market stopped at this level before it went back and broke you at your entry level. So at this time around, you'll have make 1:2, 1:22 profit at this time around. So you can see where I placed my entry from. That is an fair value gap. Now how do you now know that? Okay, let me know. Okay, let me make it one video. I wanted to make it 5 videos so you watch one and understand better. Let me make it one video. I'm going to remove all the drawing, then I'm going to reset the chart. I'm going to reset the chart. Now, how will I know that okay, I want to buy, or I want to do a sell fair value gap, or I want to do a buy fair value gap? The one we analyze now, which is this one here, is let me show you. This one that we analyze here now is a sell fair value gap. This is a sell fair value gap. We have the first candlestick, a displacement to the downside, a big move to the downside. Then the third week will determine your fair value gap, because if the third week goes up and fill out this week, the first week, if it goes up and fill out the first week, it is no more a fair value gap. But if it did not fill it out, then it is a fair value gap. Let me show you on a live chart. Let me show you on a live chart. Now, BTC is the only live chart we have. So let me reset it. Now look at this BTC now. Look at this BTC. This is 15-minute time frame. I do enter for 1 minute time frame. This is 15-minute time frame. Now, what do you feel in this BTC? Let me reset the chart back. What do you feel in this BTC? Do you feel that this BTC will go down or it will go up? You first have to have your direction, where you feel the market is going to go. If you are going to be using a buy fair value gap, or if you are going to be using a sell fair value gap. Once you determine where the market is going to go, then you start hunting for your fair value gap. As it is like this now, I don't know where the market is likely to go. I don't know, but I have to feel and look at liquidity. Okay, before I look at the liquidity, I'll first go to my daily time frame first. That's the first thing I used to do before I can start feeling where the market is likely to go. I'll go to my daily time frame. Now, on my daily time frame, I'm going to see what is going on BTC. If you see what has been going on BTC, BTC has been going up, 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 up. So this now, we now say, okay, this can be a little retracement. Maybe it wants to go back to retrace a bit to the downside. We don't know. Maybe it wants to come down first, small, before it goes up. We don't know. But let's just have it in mind that okay, the market is likely to go down a bit before it goes up. Let's have it like the way it do this one. It went down before it goes up and created a wick. Maybe it's going to do the same thing at this level. It will go down before it go up. Let's just put it as our feeling. Since we have that feeling, we'll go back to the 15-minute time frame. You know how to do your own directional bias now, so that shouldn't be a problem to you. Now on the 15-minute time frame, you look at the nearest liquidity. Okay, on this 15-minute time frame, this is the high we have here. This is our high. That is the previous day high, and this is the previous day low. This is the previous day low. You stretch them out, so you feel like, okay, where is the market likely to go? So once you have determined that, then you zoom out. Let me use full screen, please. You zoom out very well, and you feel like, okay, when the market opened today, you can see this dot line. Those dot line indicate that the market has closed for that. Then that is a new day market section. Those dot line that you see is an horizontal. I say horizontal. That you see as a vertical line like this. This dot line that went down and crossed these candlesticks to the downside. Not this one that I'm moving with my mouse. So the other one that is just stationary, that is just in one position, that is not moving at all at this level here. Those places show that the market has closed at that area. So once you determine the market has closed at that area, then you rest. Now look at this now. Once we see this thing, we wake up in the morning now, we saw this movement, the market went to the upside. Now, is the market planning to go down? Just like what it anticipated, okay, the market will likely move down. When you saw this displacement to the downside, you just have to wait. You have to wait for another entry. Now how do you wait for that entry? Then you wait for the market to start making what I call market structure shift. I once explained fair value gap. Now I want to explain market structure shift. Now is that market structure shift and fair value gap is what you use to enter the market most time. For example, now you came, as you saw that the market has been going down, going down, going down, going down. You feel like it will keep on going down. You don't need market structure shift again. You just have to find an opportunity to enter the market. How? Let's look at this level. Now you can see that the market make a wick to the downside, then another one, then another one. Three candlestick, as I said before. This one to this one. Those three candlestick. Do you see it? Now once you have seen those three candlestick, what do you see? An imbalance. And the first candlestick weak and the third candlestick weak, they did touch each other. That is what you have to look first. They did not touch each other. So since they did not touch each other, what do we feel? That is a what? That's a fair value gap. Then you either use your horizontal line or your rectangular line. Draw out a straight line that you want to pick an entry from. Once you draw out that straight line, let me remove this. Now I've drawn out my straight line. Now this is my straight line. Now I feel like I want to enter from here, because me I like entry from 15 minutes time frame. So I'm going to reduce 1 minute time frame. I'm going to reduce to 1 minute time frame. Let me put it back in full screen and reset the chart. Now this is 1 minute time frame. What do you see in 1 minute time frame? This is the 15-minute fair value gap from here to here. From here to here is the 15-minute fair value gap. Now, since we have that 15-minute fair value gap, what do we see here? We saw this move. Now, because we couldn't enter from here, then we are going to be hunting for another fair value gap. Now, there is no fair value gap here except this one. Why did I call this one fair value gap? I say it consists of three candlestick. Three candlestick. You zoom up. This is the first, this is the second, and this is the third. So this place here is our what? Fair value gap. You draw out your line, place it there, and place it here. So that is our what? Fair value gap. So you can decide to sell from here. You can decide to sell from here. Then set your stop loss to this level. That is my entry level. This is my entry level. Then I'll be breaking my stop loss to the previous. Now I'm using the previous day liquidity to set my my TP. The previous day liquidity. I'll show you how I do it later, because you feel like the market will still likely wants to go down. So at this second here now, this is where you'll be waiting for the market to come and hit you at your fair value cap, so you can enter a position at that place. So this is how you set entry, and this is how you take your entry level. Three candlestick first, and this is the first one, this is the second one, and this is the third one. The third eye is your entry. The first low is within, you find a liquidity within that point to set your stop loss level. So what I want me to do now be say I will teach you market structure shift, but before I teach you market structure shift, I want me you go dey find those fair value gap first. You won't be able to use it as your entry now, but before you can start using it as your entry, I'm going to teach you market structure shift first. So first, go define the fair value gap. They hunt them. Fair value gap consists of three candlestick. Those three candlestick, the middle candlestick, which is the number 2 candlestick, has an efficiency. It has a space, it has a void, that a price that is left. So the market will likely want to come back there to take that price before it continues its movement. The market will likely want to come back to those fair value gap. Now we are expecting this market to come back to this fair. No, it went before. Now I'm expecting it to come again to even just take me an entry at this level and go. So we are expecting, that is what we call fair value gap. We are always expecting the market to come back to fill it. That's it. You're always expecting the market to come back and fill those fair value gap. This is a fair value gap. Now, a fair value gap that the week, the first and the third week touch each other, it is not a fair value gap. Leave that fair value gap alone. The first and the third week touch each other is not a fair value gap. Now, why is it not a fair? Look at this one now. You feel like this is not a fair value gap. This is a fair value gap. Look at the first candlestick. We have a week. Look at the third candlestick and look at the second candlestick and look at the third candlestick. Did the third and first candlestick touch each other? No, they did not touch each other. What happened to price? Price went out back to fill it out. You can see it fill it out and touches this ones at this place here. Let me draw the line. It fill it from here and it touches it here. You feel it at that point and it touches it here. That is what we call a retracement. It's what we call a retracement. Now the market has already touched its fair value gap here. Let me remove this one. This 15 minutes fair value gap line, so you won't be confused. So the market has touched this one fair value gap, and what do you see now? It's retracing down here. So this one now we call it as a missed entry. We saw it at late hour, so that's why we did not take the entry. Now this one that I'm saying now, this one and this one, let me zoom it so you see it. Now look at it. Three candlestick. 1, 2, 3. Now this is the first one. This is now you feel like actually there's a candlestick here and there's one here and there's one here. Yes, this is also a fair value gap. 1, 2, 3. Why did I pick entry from here? Why? Not that I can't pick entry from here. I have to pick entry from my first value gap because it's likely the market may not reach this place. So I have to be picking entry for my fair value gap, and you have to set your stop loss above this fair value gap also, maybe it's above this place, because it's likely the market will also come and retest this one. So that's why it's 50-50 chance if you are setting a fair value gap. So that's why I'm going to be explaining market structure shift for you in the next class. Now this is the displacement, this is another displacement, and this is another displacement. Now this week and this week did not touch each other, so it leave this place open. There's a space open here, very big space open here. So the market went back and retaste this favor this candlestick at the down close candlestick. It retastes it at that level. So if you are picking an entry from this fair value gap, your stop loss should be at above this level. So where are you waiting? You are waiting for the market to give you your what? Your profit. To give you your profit. So that is how fair value gap is. Now any fair value gap that the week touches the first candlestick and the third candlestick week touches each other. It's not that they will touch each other. Like the speed, like when you draw a line between them, the thing touches that line. Like this line I draw here. Like this line that I draw here now. Now let's just imagine that okay, this one that touches this green line, it is this third candlestick. It was this third candlestick that went up and touches this line. We won't call this a fair value gap again, because why? The market already completed our order. The market already completed. I wish it did not complete it, maybe reach this level, or it leave a space. There must be space between the first and the third candlestick. There must be space between them. There must be space between them. So if there's no space between them, it is not a fair value gap. We have so many fair value gap. There are many. You can see them. Look at this one is a fair value gap. We have the first and we have the second. Did they touch each other? No. It's a fair value gap. Same thing. This place here is there are many fair value gap out there. But how do you not indicate the right fair value gap to enter from? That is where market structure shift comes in. That is where market structure shift comes in. Now I'll be explaining market structure shift later because I don't want to made this video too long because of if I want to upload it. So if you just feel like you know still understand that they explain this favor gap, still let me know. I go do another one. You must understand that. So I go explain market structure shift tomorrow. I beg. I need prepare for work. Time don dey go. Now something I dey do since we make me not quickly make that video. No verse, I beg.